here, and today I have another reaction for you guys. I'm reacting to Top 15 Top 15 Terrifying True Scary Stories is by Top 15 channel. And if you want to watch the original video full version, because it's 54 minutes long, so, we chop parts out because I don't have YouTube Red yet, but just roll the footage.
Bill is this guy that can best be described as a man-bear standing 6'4" and built like a wall. The most friendly guy you will ever meet. A gazebo was in the front yard, made out of pure walnut that he handcrafted, and beyond that were more woods, and beautiful sight where the lake just reflects off everything. We chat it up and have a fun time. He makes us this stew that is to die for. We're all relaxing by the gazebo around 11 at night. Normally I'd have gone to bed, but this was summer vacation, so I was allowed to stay up. I start seeing these things, which I can only describe as red, brooding eyes, and they were in the woods. But it was still too far to be certain. Bill ran inside to get his gun, and we follow him into the woods. The eyes disappear, and it got freezing cold, like walking freezer cold. The flashlight goes out, and I got sandwiched between Mom and Bill, and what happened afterwards still scares me. We all hear, "Where are my babies?" and this loud shrieking scream, and I can see this long black-haired woman who had no eyes and was just torn in a white blood-stained robe, just running like a linebacker right at us. At this point, I literally wet myself screaming. Bill fires his shotgun. I'm bawling my eyes out, and my mom is hugging me like a small child. It starts to warm up after that, and we all went back to the cabin. We were all hysterical. Bill locks the door tightly and was shaking so hard that he could barely hold his gun. We didn't sleep for the rest of the night after that. To first start off, I lived in a medium-sized house and shared a room with my brother.
Jeez, man. I told you guys in one of my videos, I don't do ghost stuff. Alright? I don't do ghost, especially that. If I saw that at the window, I would just tell my dad and he would shoot it. And it would be dead. Like, let me think. Hold on, just give me a second. Nope. Yeah, so continue.
The room had a window on the right side looking into my backyard. The room was ground level. It was the last week we were living in the house after about 8 or 9 years living there. During the beginning few days of the week, strange things started happening, like tapping, creaking, etc. Me and my brother weren't really fazed by it as the house was pretty old. About 4 days into the week, I woke up in the middle of the night with my TV on to static. I turned my TV off and went back to bed, when suddenly I was woken up when I heard something outside. I saw a dark figure walk past my window. Me being a kid, as this was quite a while ago, I was frozen in fear and didn't move a muscle. After about 15 minutes of petrifying fear, I realized my brother was awake too, and him and I ran to my parents' room. They told us it was nothing and to go back to bed, so we did. The next day at about the same time, I woke up to the sound of water running in my bathroom. I got scared shitless but had to stand up and turn the water off. As I got to my bathroom and turned the faucet off, I saw the same figure I had seen the previous night staring at me through the small window. I remember its piercing eyes to this day. It was dark, so I couldn't really see its body clearly, but it looked almost human besides the fact its eyes were a glowing white color that felt like it was piercing into my soul. I bolted out of the bathroom, woke my brother up, and gunned it upstairs to my parents' room. My dad was pissed that we woke him up again, so he decided to check out what was outside himself. He was horrified at what he saw on the camera. The cameras caught a glimpse of a black figure walk into frame right before all the cameras went static. My dad didn't want to call the police as they would have thought he was insane trying to explain there was a monster stalking his kids. The next morning I asked my brother if he woke up and anything happened to him in the nights prior to what happened, and he said he had woken up but not seen anyone or anything. The next couple of nights were eventless, but we kept alert to make sure nothing happened in the night. It was the final night before we moved out. I was woken up yet again, but at the exact same time as my brother. It was as if we were in sync. The creature was directly outside of our window staring at us with its white eyes. My brother screamed as loud as he could, and our dad ran out with a gun and shot the figure. Right before he shot, the figure punched the window, leaving a shattered fist mark in the window glass. The figure ran around the corner of the house, leaving no blood trail and no evidence besides the broken window. My parents called the police to explain what happened. The police officer said there had been multiple calls with the same figure around the area. We moved out the next morning after trashing the broken window. We left the city never seeing the house or the creature again. Maybe it was something or someone that didn't want us to leave, but all I know is that I would never go back to that house again. I've always been into paranormal stuff.
I don't want to watch Ouija board stuff. There you go, much better.
Mexico. A lot of people I know have claimed to see a skinwalker. They are kind of our regional boogeyman, but ask a Navajo about them.
Gosh darn it!
My wife.
Skinwalkers. Hate skinwalkers.
Anyways, it's all over now. Family in Window Rock that he hasn't seen in ages and suggests that they go with him. I was about 6 or 7 at the time, and it...
About right here, because it's almost over.
Please, hit that fucking thing right now. So my dad starts to speed up, and as we get a bit closer, I can begin to see it a little more clearly. It's covered in this brown, wiry, matted hair that appears to have dried blood all over it. It's still facing the cliffs, but the moment our headlights hit it, it turns and looks at us, and it has a face. I don't know how to describe it other than a mix between a bear and a human's face. It looks twisted and distorted, and almost in pain. As we get closer to this thing, we start to realize it's actually fucking huge. Though it's still sitting on its haunches, it is about shoulder height with the hood of the truck. We get literally inches from hitting it when it lets out this scream that sounds like someone screaming as their lungs were being filled with water, and it leaps backwards, towards the field, landing just on our side of the barbed wire fence. Then with another leap, it was gone from sight. Mike comes over the radio again. Holy shit, keep driving, we have to get out of here, we have to go faster. He kept repeating that last part. We have to get out of here, we have to go faster. Pretty soon we're speeding like crazy. And just as soon as we come near the outskirts of Gallup, we get pulled over. Mike pulls his truck over with us. Naturally, this makes the cop, a Navajo man himself, very on edge, and he immediately asks why Mike felt the need to pull over as well. Mike says, we just saw a skinwalker a few miles back and it's been following us. The officer immediately turns white, stammers something about a verbal warning, gets in his car and takes off. We do the same. We didn't see anything else that night, but when we got home, Mike refused to let us leave without taking some kind of Navajo totem thing that was supposed to keep it away. So yeah, I guess that's my skinwalker story. Huge thanks to Because Skyrim for a near perfect representation of exactly what I saw that night.
And guys, sorry about the X out on the video. It's just, I don't do ghost stuff, alright? Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.